Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 21 of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer. If you've been following us along, you can see that we have a brand new shed behind us. I've made some different changes to the farm that I can't wait to get into with you guys today. There's a bunch of stuff we're going to be doing. I want to show you all these kind of new things that I put down around the farm. There's another production facility that we got to put down. We're going to have hay and grass to cut and bale and put into these production facilities. And hopefully at the end of this episode, we'll get on to cutting and baling potentially our wheat field. So let's get into it today. Let's get into episode 21. All right, I'm just firing up our tractor here. I'm gonna go kind of pull around, and I'll show you some of the changes and stuff that I made around the farm. It wasn't anything too crazy, but as you can see, I've cleared some trees out in this area. I've kind of got an idea of what we're going to do with that space in the future. Part of it we're going to do with this episode today. I'll kind of get to that. I'm not going to just leave you on a cliffhanger, but I'm thinking we're going to put some production facilities in there. And I kind of got an idea of what I want to do, but I cleared some trees out just to make room for all of that. And then what I did do is I built us a new shed here. I kind of cleared out some of the trees that were here, and I put down this shed and then just organized some of the equipment in there. I've actually seen this shed kind of in my list before. I don't really remember what pack or anything it is that I downloaded in, but let's just go into it. Maybe I'll be able to find it real quick here. It's relatively cheap. I'm pretty sure that that one was only 10,000. Jeez, am I going to be able to find it now? It's this one, yeah, right here. I always thought when I looked at it on here, I thought it would be really small, but it's actually quite large. And I like that it has two big kind of front bays that you can park the combine in with a set of headers on. This was another one that I was looking at, but it was pretty big. I couldn't get it to fit in here good. Uh, it just says shelter with back wall, old time shed pack, old time shed pack. So if you want to go check out this mod, I don't know if it's on PC and console, but definitely PC. That's what I'm on. Old time shed pack, that's what it's called. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Let's jump back out here. It fits into everything quite nicely. Probably got too much stuff jammed in there, but doesn't really matter. And then what I've built for production facilities, well, let's go over here and check. I got us a manure like heap holder for this barn now, and it's got this conveyor on it, so it'll load the manure right into the back of a tractor, which is kind of nice. So I want to get, because we're going to be getting some straw from the wheat field that we harvest, and that's kind of my plan, is we're going to dump that straw into the production facility or into the barn, and it'll give us manure. And the production facility that I want to put down is going to take in manure and slurry so that we can make a little bit of money from that. But the second part of doing the wheat field and getting the straw is I've set down these two production facilities to help us. We'll do two things. So let me shut this off. Let me jump out. So this silo right here, we actually had at the beginning of the farm, if anyone remembers, but this is a silage fermenter. So what I'm going to be using this for is to create TMR, the total mixed rations for the animals, so that we can feed them kind of a better blend of food rather than straight hay. So we'll put grass in here and it'll turn it into silage for us. Now, again, I'm not really going to be doing silage to sell it anymore. This is going to be strictly just to create TMR. And that's what this building beside us is the TMR mixing unit. So if I come into this one, this is for our silage. We can put grass or hay in. We won't really be putting hay. I don't think I'll be putting any hay in. Unless, yeah, I don't know. Just be grass that we'll be putting in. And that way we can create silage. And this unit, going to this one, you can see this will make our TMR. So we need silage, we need hay, and we need straw, that's what we're going to get from our hay field. And that'll create us TMR. So there's going to be a couple more things that we need to buy. I'm just going to go into the stores. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll show you kind of what we're going to need in the future for the TMR. So we'll need some sort of a forage mixer. I don't know exactly which one of these we're going to get. Probably just this one. I don't know if it's worth getting this really big guy. This one will hold 24. This one holds 24. Maybe we'll just get this. This is a mod. A little bit cheaper. It doesn't really matter. But we'll need one of these to either... well, we might be able to just use a forage wagon. But if we want to mix... Yeah, maybe we will just be able to use a forage wagon. We have a forage wagon and trailer, so I might be able to get by without using that. Because we can just pick up the windrows of the straw with our forage wagon. And I can't remember exactly, but when I was hooked on... Let's hook onto this trailer over here and let's go see. I'm pretty sure I can just fill the straw into our hay loft. Now that I'm not using the hay loft for loose hay anymore, I'm pretty sure I can put straw in here because I'm pretty sure I've tried to connect to this before, and when I go to fill, it gives me an option for straw. I'm just gonna double check. If not, we might have to put down some sort of a different loft that'll... We're not connecting to the trailer? Oh, I gotta... let's just turn the heads-up display back on real quick here. There we go. So yeah, if I come in here, I should be able to put straw in this unit, which is nice because we're not really using this for anything right now. So my plan when we harvest that field is if we... I don't think I'll actually bale it, but I will be using the forage wagon, we'll pick up a bunch of straw and we'll fill up that unit so that we can either... The TMR mixing unit won't hold a whole bunch of straw, so I'll put as much as I can in here, but it only holds 40,000 liters at a time, so I'll just kind of have to kind of go back and forth from the hayloft, and it's not that big a deal. It's just kind of one little extra added chore that we'll have to the farm. And what I want to put down with you right now, though, is a production facility for the slurry. And so I kind of have a spot over here picked out, and I've went through a bunch of the different units that I want to put down. Really, I found, and this one I've used before, I was going to build us our very own custom one with some of these different elements right here, but it's just so ridiculously expensive. Like, you need this unit. If you just want to do slurry, I'll just tell you real quick, you need this unit right here. It's the intake for the slurry. So you bring your slurry in, it'll, turn it into liquid slurry, which then gets sent to this unit, which you then have to send to one of the power stations. I would be using this one because it'll turn the methane into electric charge. And so, like, this is 100 grand. This is 240, so you're 340 right there. Plus this intake, you're like 400 grand just to put down a production facility to do. I mean, I don't even know how long it would take us to make 400K out of the slurry. Long time. Long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this guy, and I think what I'm going to do is I kind of got an idea. I was going to put it right sort of against this tree. I can kind of articulate my brain here a little bit. Yeah, I was going to kind of put it something like that. Maybe try and angle her in there. Right there. How's that look? Looks pretty not too bad. But, and then this will take in both the slurry. This will take in a lot of different things, but it'll take in the slurry and the manure that we're going to get from our cow barn. So we can put the manure, I mean, I guess I could activate this right now, and we'll just leave it on storing. It just takes in manure. Perfect. And, oh no, sorry, I got the wrong one going here. Deactivate. I want... That's for the methane. I think we want manure digested. Yeah, so we'll activate that one. We'll leave it on storing. And there should be the silage, not the silage one, the slurry. Let's activate this one. And we'll leave it on storing right now. I guess we could put it to selling. Yeah, let's just sell it. We'll sell that off. I don't know. Yeah, doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter for right now. Let's just go get our... And then I found this before too. This is a log. This is a log from when we were cutting down trees before that we got to get rid of. Must have just got lost. Yeah, we were wood chipping demons there for a little bit, weren't we? Okay, so I want to go over here and I want to grab our slurry and start putting it in there because, like, each month this cow barn is producing like almost 50,000 liters of slurry. Actually, that's not true. I lied a little bit. Every month I come in, it's like full. And then even when we were spreading it across the fields, it like filled up really quick. So I'd already filled this tank. I'm just going to come over and start dumping it in. But what we got to do today now is... Oh. Jeez, the engine just shut down. Means we got to do maintenance. That means we got to do maintenance. Actually, let's do it right now then. and we'll kind of chat about what we're going to do today while we're getting some fixes done on this tractor. Go here, repair this guy. Jeez, tractor's falling apart. But I want to get into, after we kind of get some of this slurry pulled around, we're going to get into the next couple months so we can start cutting and getting either grass or hay off these fields to put into our production facility so we can start making the TMR and the silage. And then towards the end of the year, we're going to be, it'll be, what is it, August? July/August. Yeah, it'll be July probably that we start harvesting the wheat field. And then again, we'll be putting the straw into the barn, into the production facility, and whatever's left into the hay loft so that we can start getting manure and obviously the straw for the TMR. So that's going to be our main plan for today. We got to cut and bale these fields. I hope that doing grass and stuff, we don't fall behind with our hay production. I really hope. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do our small field that we have here in grass, and I'll put that in the production facility, and then I'll do our bigger field in hay. I don't think we'll run out of hay, but we're probably going to have to get to the point where we start selling off some of the cattle. Maybe. I'm not too sure, but maybe. I got quite a bit of bales, as you can see, stocked into the barn, ready to go when they need to eat. But okay, I'm just going to keep pulling our slurry and stuff around here and getting the production facility full. And I'll bring you back once we're ready to start cutting some grass and getting these fields worked. Okay, so she is July now, and that means we got, well, we got a ton of work to do. As you can see in the distance, our wheat field is ready to be harvested. I'm going to start cutting this grass, or rather I'm going to set a worker to start cutting this grass. And we got to do some chores around the farm. So tabbing over here. So I lied about lying. And what I lied about was I didn't think it actually produced 56,000 liters per month, and it does. So this barn fills up 100% full of slurry each month and goes into the production facility. Now I kind of screwed up. When I was setting the production facility. I should have set the electric charge to be selling. So we make about 10 grand, 20 grand. I think it's about 15 grand a month selling the electric charge ish. Yeah, I don't know. Basically what happened is it all kind of compiled into 1 month. So I don't know exactly what it is each month. We'll be able to tell after this one. Blah, blah, blah. The production facility is working good. We'll cut that grass, and I'm pretty excited now that we're going to be able to get some TMR and stuff going. Now that all like the straw and stuff, the hay is going to be ready to go, or the straw, the wheat field is going to be ready to go, which kind of leads me into I got to go over and fire up the combine, jump on in if I can get in. There we go. Had to get in the hard way there. All right, let's go take this down, and we got to get this kind of going on the field. It's going to be a busy little bit here because we're going to be running back and forth with trailers. We're going to be running back and forth with like with different implements to get the grass and stuff going. We'll get a windrow that field, and then I'm going to be running back and forth with the forage wagon. So there's going to be just kind of a lot of leapfrogging around. Now, one other thing that we got to do that I kind of forgot about, didn't really forget about, but I just kind of have been putting it on the back burner, but we got to set down some sort of silos for this wheat. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the wheat. I mostly did this field to get the straw from it, but we're going to have quite a bit of wheat that I don't know what to do with just yet. I don't know. There's nothing really that ties too good into dairy from the wheat. So, okay, let's make sure our straw swath is enabled. Let's enable the straw swath. Okay. Let's open this thing. Yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the wheat, so I got to figure out some sort of a silo to put down on it. Let's set a worker to start cutting this field. This is being cut. Sometimes I got to pull through here a little extra to... Okay, so I'm thinking I got to put silos somewhere. It doesn't really matter. I was kind of just thinking of throwing a set right in here. Let's go into silos. Like, what is this one? This is 75,000 liters. How many... Let's jump back over to potential harvest 137,000 liters. Okay. So I really like that mod. Additional field info, it's called. So 137,000 liters is what we're going to be potentially needing off that field, which means we got to plan for the correct amount of silos. So that'll hold 100,000. That'll hold 100. This will hold 150. It's 60 grand. This is 80 grand. It'll hold 200. 125. We don't want that. I don't think I have any other like mods or anything. That's a hayloft. I mean, I could put this down. It's only 5 grand. I could put down a barn. These are 10. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll just kind of stick with something a little more base game. I don't want to do something completely cheap and easy. But I think if I put them right about there, it's going to be fine for us. And there we go. We got something for the wheat now. Oh my god, this thing is almost full. This is like 50% full off one pass. Okay, so let's keep kind of pulling some slurry around, and we can connect to... I might swap trailers. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll be going back and forth here pretty quick. It won't matter. I was gonna kind of swap out trailers and maybe use the John Deere to do some running around here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Where's the John Deere? Oh, let's get him spun around. I'll kind of use him for the yard tractor for now, and then I can use the our other tractors here for like field work and such. Okay, so that's there. Let's connect to him. We gotta go connect to our trailer. I'm excited though to get some straw into... Well, I'm excited for a couple things. To get the TMR going is going to be really good. That'll be really good to feed the animals. And what also be good is getting some manure out of the cow barn, and then we can use it. I mean, I can either buy us a manure spreader, and we can spread it on some of the fields to help with the fertilizing, and then that way all of our slurry can just go straight into the production facility, or we can kind of use a combination of slurry and fertilizer. Or I could just put the manure straight in the production facility. I don't know exactly how much money we'll make from it, but now gotta make sure. I think I'll be able to drive on that back side there. It's weird that it's doing the up downs first. Is that not weird? Usually it sets it to... Ooh, this isn't good. Like, hold on one sec here. Like, how am I supposed to drive out here to... We gotta get... Okay. Well, but if I drive across the field, it's gonna wreck it. Why is it doing that? Why does it not going... Start with headlands? Like, why is it not doing that? I've got crop destruction on, so if I drive across this, it's gonna wreck a bit of the crop. So... I mean, I guess I might just have to drive across a little bit of it here to... That's so annoying. And I'm gonna have to drive across a little bit of it here. That's so ridiculous. What am I? Who do we really care? It's a little bit of... It's a little bit of crop destruction. I'm sure we'll live. Especially since we're not even really doing anything with the wheat anyways. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. That's so annoying though that it does that. I wonder why. It should be just starting with the headlands. Every time I've ever harvested with an AI worker, it always has. Oh well. Unanswerable questions, I assume. Let's go get this pulled out. That's pretty crazy though, like in one pass we almost get a full harvester. I guess it doesn't hold that much though, this harvester, 8,000 liters. Or 7,600, something like that. But I gotta try and figure out something to do with the wheat. I mean, we could put down some sort of a production facility. I don't know. I don't know. I'm more concerned with the straw. And if I can... There. That's close enough. Alright, let's go check on... Let's keep doing some chores here, and then we'll go check on our guy that's mowing the field. I think that tractor, what I'll do is just kind of keep it in grass mode, so as soon as it's done mowing, I'll windrow this field. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. 6 to 1, it doesn't really matter either way. Looks like he's... kind of can't tell. Getting close to being done, though. Probably 2/3 done. Okay, so let's dump this in here. Let's jump back over to this unit. Okay, so this is empty now. Maybe let's reset it. Blocked by an object. Yes, it is. Let's see if it goes and starts with the headlands now. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave that guy to figure out what he's doing. Let's get this dumping back into our production facility. And we also got some cheese that we're going to have to be selling here soon, which is pretty nice. We'll have another... Let's go check and see how much cheese we got just chilling. If we come into our time saving... 466,000. Not too bad. October's the best time still to sell that, which is good. We got to get milk out of the... excuse me, out of the cow barn as well. A lot of chores. Okay, let's just check and see what's going on up here. Seems to be a lot of confusion on the, the north side of the farm. What are we doing here, boys? Well, I think... I really don't know why it's doing this. This, the AI workers are alright, but sometimes they do this and it kind of annoys me. Whatever, we might just have to deal with a little bit of crop destruction until that gets sorted. It's not that big a deal. Whoop-de-doo. We'll lose a little bit. Once the passes get going a little bit further on, it'll be easier to manage. So, yeah, we'll just deal with it as it goes. Let's keep doing our slurry pulls. And then we'll get that grass windrowed. So I'm going to kind of keep just doing some of these chores, and I'll just kind of keep bringing you back through different parts of this. We're going to be running around a lot. So yeah, we'll bring you back in one sec. I'm just pulling up to this guy here. Going to get a little bit of grain out of him. He's not quite, 80% full. He's probably like 75% full. But I just want to get some of this grain dumped out of here so then we can go kind of do some leapfrogging with equipment. I want to get our mower. Our grass field is windrowed, so I want to get our guy over mowing the other grass field, and then that way I can even get that tractor on the tedders after so we can get some hay going and all that stuff. I've got all of the milk swapped over into the production facilities, so this month has been the first month that we got the full capacity out of the cow barn. So that cow barn will hold up to 33,000 liters of milk. And that's exactly what it had been. That's what we had in the barn right now. So that's the first time that it's actually been at like max capacity. So we got to check on the animals. I'm just going to tab over. Actually, I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to end up having to check on the animals at some point today and just kind of do a stock of like what do we have for mature cattle in there or young ones, and probably have to sell some of them off. But I'm not really worrying about that too much. I want to get all this like field work, or most of this field work done. So we're going to be getting... I hope this tractor can pull this trailer full of grass. It should be able to. I can't remember when we used this, if we used this tractor for the hay before. We must have though. But I want to get the grass pulled off this field, and then we can do the fertilizing and all that stuff. And I want to, get that wheat field cut. We're gonna have to do some field prep and stuff with that after, but that's kind of not really on my main priority list. Let's just park this here for right now. And let's jump into this one. And we're going to go over to that other field. I already got the mowers and stuff over there. So I'm just going to kick these windrows off somewhere on the edge of the field. Because we'll have to come back and get the tedders before we windrow it, obviously. But yeah, we'll kick these windrowers off over here. And I'll get this field mowing. Let's just kick these right there. Seems fine. Hook onto these mowers, and then I'll set a worker to cut this field, because it'll take a little bit of time, and that'll give us a chance to kind of babysit the harvester as we've been doing and pull some trailerfuls of grass off that field. So the only thing though is he gonna make it to the end of this field? He should. We should be able to catch him on the way back, but let's maybe spin this tractor around and just take him to the end. I had to drive across the field in a couple spots, but that's okay. We'll just do what we have to. I don't know why. I can't get it to cut this field any differently. That's why I kind of miss course play. Course play was just the best. I hope that mod comes out real soon. I'd seen some people talking about it though, but I can't find it anywhere unless there's like some sort of early access to it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. If anyone knows that course play is out, pending when you're watching this, of course, but yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere. But that's definitely one of my favorite mods, especially for baling. Oh, being able to set workers to bale is like clutch, super clutch. But let's start pulling some of this grass off, and let's go dump it into the fermenter. What I want to do too, or as well, is I wanted to put a couple of these trailerfuls into the fermenter, but I don't know exactly how much we're going to get for a yield. Does it tell us? No, it's too late. I don't know yet what we're going to get for a yield, but that fermenter's not going to be able to take like a whole bunch. It probably is only going to be able to take a bit of loose stuff. But what I want to try too, okay, he's 80% full. We've got so much going on right now. If we have to, though, we can use grass bales. I think. I'm pretty sure I'm able to put a grass bale into that fermenter. I don't know 100%. I want to test that when we head over there. Because we do have grass bales that we accidentally baled when I was trying to bale for silage, and I forgot to turn the wrapper on. So I have... Oh, am I going to make that? Nice. Gotta love that increased pickup area mod. That's one of my favorites for sure. Okay, so that combine is probably dangerously close to being full. Dangerously close. I think we'll catch this whole little corner. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, he's full. But that's okay, because I can just go like this. How do I want to do it? Probably just like this. Yeah, something like that, I'm thinking. Back him under. There we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, so while that's filling, this one's done. Let's pick the pickup. Yeah, we got 35,000 liters in here. Like, something's telling me we're not going to be able to put that much more in that silage facility. So I'm really hoping we're going to be able to dump a bale in there. I wonder... Actually, let's just check, because we might have to make a game plan here before we come in here. Mixer. We'll take 50,000 liters of grass. Okay, so this should work. If this is going to work, it's going to work right now. So we'll dump this grass in, and then we'll see if it'll take a bale. Jeez, I hope it takes a bale. Hope, hope, hope. Okay, so let's pull through here. Let's jump that out. Let's run over to our unit here. Round grass bale. Oh, might just have to use a little bit of super strength. Oh, okay. You gotta come around. Let's jump in this and get it out of the way. We're using super strength for a second. It took it. Okay, perfect. So now we got a perfect plan. So this thing is going to be basically full of the loose grass. So we're not going to be able to use the storage or the forage wagon anymore. We're going to have to bale the rest of that grass field, and then we'll just put the bales in the storage, and then that way we can just throw it into the fermenter as we need. But I'm still going to bring this forage wagon over to the edge of this field because we're going to need it to pick up all the straw. But at least that's good to know. So we're going to come across this field with the baler, and we'll bale this all with grass bales, and then, yeah, like I said, we can just put that in storage for now and put it into the fermenter as we progress with the silage. I'm going to leave this, I'll just leave this right here for now. I'm not really going to be picking up grass or the straw until everything's finished off anyways. There's a little bit left in there. But we're gonna have to take that trailer full of wheat over now and drop it off into the silos. Yeah, I gotta kind of try and figure out something to do with this wheat. This guy's going good over here. Second headland. Okay, not too bad. Alright, let's take this out of here. I gotta go back to where I've been cutting across the fields. I only did it in 2 spots. And it's just a little bit. One little track through. It kind of sucks that it happened this way, but whatever. It is what it is. Was I? Oh, I think it's down here further. Yeah, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. We'll go dump this off into the grain silos, and then what I might do is just kind of do a flyby, and we go check all the animals and just see like what's going on in there for maturity, and because I want to make sure I'm selling off ones that are like at their max level, which I think is the 36-month mark, is where I seem to be the highest value of the cow. Now that'll definitely hinder the milk production a little bit, right? Because we'll have less mature cows making milk, which is almost fine at this point because we're so kind of far ahead in money. Like we don't really need to buy any other tools or nothing. We could put down another production facility for maybe the dairy, but that's like basically it. I think we'll be pretty much fine. We're making good money now with the slurry, which soon we'll be making money with the manure and then the cows as well. So we're pretty much good to go. I think I might just run over here real quick. Look at my feet go. Let's go. Come on, Ultra Farmer. This is me running around. Okay, let's check these cattle. And let's see what's going on in here. 39 months. Yeah, so these are kind of getting past that maturity level. So let's sell some of these off because this barn is getting full. We'll sell these guys off. Actually, they're about to reproduce. Let's leave them one more month. 1,500. So these will get to their maturity level. So once they reproduce one more time, we'll sell them off. This is at 20%. Let's just sell those. 37. Yeah, like these will reproduce one more time, so we might as well leave them. Same with these. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. We actually barely sold anything, but at least we did what we said we were going to do. Let's jump back into this trailer and head on over. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep plugging away with these chores back and forth like this. So I'll kind of bring you back once maybe the wheat field's done and we're kind of getting into doing some baling and pulling some of this straw off. So I just got this field tedded. I'm going to go park these tedders right now, and then I'm going to set our one tractor, this John Deere tractor. I'll get him with the windrowers, him or her, I'm not too sure who we'll be using, to windrow that field. As long as I can truck drive this in here. Kind of, sorta. Didn't really do that good of a job. Maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Not too bad. Yeah, we'll set a worker to start windrowing this hay field. I got the grass field baled and I pulled the bales off of it. It really didn't take that long. It was pretty quick to bale that field. I got the baler still set on the biggest bales that it can make, and so just to make it a little bit easier to manage. But I want to use this John Deere to pull this set of windrowers because I'm going to go hook that red ACGO tractor up to our forage wagon and start pulling off some of the straw. We're getting close to, getting pretty close, probably like 65, maybe 70% of this field's done. The windrows take up actually quite a bit of it, so I've still just been, playing the babysitting game of getting that wheat pulled off. But I want to kind of get ahead now and start getting some of the straw, one into the production facility for the TMR. I want to put a little bit in the barn, and then the rest is just going to go in the hayloft. So I also fertilized this. Oh, banging my phone around. I fertilized this field. So this field is basically good to go, this grass field over here. Now I'm just going to hook onto the wagon. As you can see, I've got like a little bit of a path where I had to destroy some of the crops. That's just where I've been pulling through. At 2 spots. There was one kind of further up, but no big deal. Hopefully I can switch that for next harvest. Hopefully. Okay, let's turn this unit on and let's just start pulling some of this off. I'm not going to really go in any particular order. I don't even know how much we'll get, or like, yeah, like how much we'll get for straw off of this field. I would bale some of this straw, but I don't think I can just put full bales of straw into the cow barn. I think it will have to be loose straw. Some barns you can put bales in, like the pig barn I know, the one pig barn that I've used, you can just put full bales in and it can be used as bedding. But most of the cow barns I've used, you have to put in loose straw, so I don't think I'm going to risk baling any of this. I probably could put bales in the production facility, like the TMR mixer. I bet you I could put bales in there. If I can put bales in the fermenting silo, it would probably work, but yeah, not 100% sure. Definitely not 100% sure, but it's going to take some time to get this all cleared off. So I'm just going to keep plugging away as we do. I wonder how that, okay, he's 80% full. Okay, so maybe what we should do is let's grab this tractor and spin around and head down and see if we can get some grain pulled out of that harvester. It's quite a bit of work though now when we're doing this field. This is quite a bit of work. Maybe I don't know. I was kind of thinking maybe if we get enough straw off this one, then we can... Yeah, but you're only really working it once a year. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Looks like there was some grass back there that I missed last time. Okay, so what we want to do here, hopefully he can pull up enough that I can kind of sit behind. That's how you have to do it when you gotta pull. Yeah, he's almost full. I gotta kind of sit behind like this. And as long as he can get ahead enough. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to back up a little bit. And then you just go like this. Just like that. Just like that. Well, let's keep going with this while that's dumping in there. I'm gonna get quite a bit of straw off this field though. Like, I mean, I've only went basically 3/4 of a row straight up, and we've got half a trailer full, just over half a trailer full. So each 2 rows is gonna be a full trailer. We'll have quite a bit of straw off this field. Like, we'll be able to fill the hayloft probably pretty quickly, because there's still lots more that I gotta pull off. A lot more, actually. I'm gonna have to just kind of be a little bit weird with it like that. Leave a few of those patches, which won't be too bad, but until the headlands are done, I really wish the headlands were just complete on this field. I wonder why that AI worker wouldn't just do it the way we wanted. Let's tab back over into this guy, though. Get him restarted. Good to go? We good to go? No issues? Not too bad. Not too bad. We'll just have to keep plugging away, you know, kind of one little chore at a time. I think maybe what I should do is take that. Well, we're almost got this full. Let's get this filled up, and then we'll head over and we'll dump this into... Let's dump this in the barn first. I want to dump in the barn first because I want to know if I can pull by the bales. When I've got bales stacked in there, I wonder if I'll be able to get this trailer past them. And it's full right there. Alright, let's go see if we can snake this into the barn. If not, we might have to back it in from the other side, which is fine. We got a lot of... Oh, there's going to be a lot of straw off this field. This is actually quite a big field for this map. Well, maybe not for this map, but just in general compared to the other ones on this... Like around our farm and stuff. It's quite a large farm. Like, I mean, if you're getting 130,000 liters of wheat off of it, which is what it said we would get, which I'll be interested to see because it's all just going straight into the silo, so we'll be able to keep track of it once it's all said and done. That's quite a bit of grain compared to most fields that I work, to be honest. I like how the farm is set up now too. It's pretty organized, which I like. Oh, going the wrong way. Okay, yeah, will we be able to just sneak in here? I think so. Was it going to tell us we can... Straw not accepted here? What? Well, then how do we get manure out of this thing? Riddle me that. Did I go too far? Okay, well... Unless there's another drop-off point for it, which doesn't make any sense. Because you wouldn't be able to drop it off out here, would you? Well, that just throws a wrench into the plan. Here at gongshowfarms.com. Where would I drop off the... You wouldn't drop it off where the milk is. What? Well, this plan will stop real quick if we can't put it in there. I guess it doesn't really matter because we can still use it for TMR. Maybe what I'll do... I was going to see if you can dump it off where the slurry is. That doesn't make sense either. Okay, well, I'm going to go dump this into a TMR mixer first because that's what we'll be using it for a bunch. And then I'll try and figure out where you put it in that barn. As far as I know, there's only one way to get manure out of a barn, and that's with straw, with the bedding packs. What I could do is I could... Oh, but why would a bale matter? I was going to say I could go do one bale quick and see if the barn prefers it in bale form. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, because that kind of throws a wrench into everything that I was going to do. I guess it only just really affects manure. Yeah, whatever. I'll figure it out, and I'm going to kind of keep just going along here. And I'll bring it back, like I said, kind of maybe when we're baling some hay, and hopefully I'm getting most of this wheat off of this field. But I'll try and figure out what's going on with that barn, because that doesn't make sense to me. Just getting the final bit of wheat pulled off this field, the final 12,874 liters. I can't wait we're going to go check right now. We'll go see exactly how much we got off this field. I don't even really know. I kind of was keeping track for a little bit, and then I got sidetracked because I'm just like that, squirrel. Uh, but we'll see right now what we got off that field for wheat. So remember that the additional field info tab was telling us about 137,000 liters. Let's see how accurate that was. Now, I did run over a few pieces of it, right, with the crop destruction on and destroyed a little bit, so we'll have to see. Well, let's dump it in and catch the final tally, and then I think what I'm going to do, with much debate, I've pulled off a bunch of loose straw off that field, but I think I'm going to bale the rest of it. 138,000 liters. So pretty good guess. That field thing gave us a pretty good guess. Yeah, not too bad. Actually, maybe we'll just leave this guy sitting right there. And I don't really know what we're going to do with all that. Um, with all that wheat, but we got to figure out something to do with it. Maybe, yeah, let's go bale with this little guy. John Deere bales just fine. Yeah, I don't know. Jeez, where's our baler? Oh, did I put it over by the other field? I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. Is it in... Yeah, it's right over there. Okay. Yeah, we will use this tractor. We will use this tractor. So, yeah, I went and I did one small bale. You can see it sitting in the storage there, just to see if that would change and we could get straw into that unit. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working, why I can't seem to get straw in there. The only thing that I'm going to try after, I might kind of try off camera, is to just see if I can get it with like a forage wagon, or not a forage wagon, like a TMR mixing wagon, the ones that I looked at before. If I have to do it that way, like the only thing I can think is maybe it's not letting me dump it like out the back side of a trailer, and if I had a trailer that would tip to the side or potentially have one of those gate doors to the side, that might work a little bit better. I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll go, we'll bale this field. I'll pull all the bales off of it, and then we can just, if we have to get one of those wagons in the future to like bust up the bales and feed it to the animals, we will. They're like 50 grand. You know, we're going to have a good chunk of cash coming once we get, actually, I'm just going to go start on a different row here. We'll have a good flush of cash coming once we get all of the cheese sold off. Let me turn this off real quick here. Sorry, I was like just trying to figure out what's going on there. Because I pulled a bunch off with this forage wagon. I've dumped it in the hayloft, but I don't know. If we need loose stuff, it's just so slow with that forage wagon, and I'll be able to bale much quicker. So I think that's what I'll do, is just bale the rest of this field. We'll pick up the bales. We'll store it in our bale area. And yeah, I think that'll work good. I think so, at least. So yeah, I can't figure out how to get straw into that barn. Like, it has a straw meter. You'd think that would be pretty easy to get it in there. It's just like everything else. If anyone has got any tips or tricks, let me know in the comment section. I might figure it out off camera, but let me know. Throw something in the comments if you know how to get straw in there. Like, I must be doing something simple just wrong. But not too bad. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this wheat as well. I mean, really just kind of did this just to change stuff up and to get some straw so that we could mix some TMR. But even that, we're not really going to need that much straw to mix TMR. So I don't really know. I don't really know what the plan will be with all the wheat. I mean, we obviously could put down a production facility and get like some bread or something out of it, but I don't know. I wanted to kind of stick everything mostly just focused towards dairy, since that's what we built everything on. So I don't really know what we'll do with the wheat. Maybe we'll just wait and go sell it off. Yeah. I don't know. Don't have a whole bunch of plans just yet. I'll figure it out, but I don't have any plans just yet. But I'm thinking we should get this field baled. We'll get this field baled, get all the bales cleaned off, and yeah, then we'll go from there. So let's get this field baled. All right, there we go. We bailed up a storm. Now we're out. Got to pick these up. These bales are pretty huge. Like, they got so many liters per bale, which is fine. Which is fine. We can just store them away. We'll use them as we need. Worst case, I can always just throw them into the TMR mixer. I think that holds 50,000 liters of straw. Is that what it holds? Let's go check real quick. 40. Okay, I lied to you. Lied to you. And then we got one more on that other field as well, but we'll be able to probably just pick everything up all in this trailer since all the bales are the same size. They're all 185s, so that shouldn't really affect anything. And then once I go back, I will grab probably our far tractor, and yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll hook that up to the cultivators and we'll get this field cultivated, which will take a little bit of time. I'll probably end up setting a worker to it and just letting someone get that done. But not too bad. Not too bad. 138,000 liters in wheat. We got some straw finally. I really still am racking my brains. The only thing I can think of with that barn is that I got to get a different trailer maybe it'll tip to the side or something like that, which even that doesn't really make sense to me, but I seriously don't know what the heck is going on with that. It would be different if it said that the barn can't hold straw, but it does. So how do you get it in there, you know? How do you get it in there is the question. But I'll figure it out, or we just won't do manure, and I can delete that manure heap unit. But yeah, doesn't really matter either way. I don't think we'll plant wheat on this field again. I don't think we'll do really anything with straw until we have to. I'll kind of just wait and see how it goes. I don't really got to make any decisions with that field anytime soon. I can plant all the way up until like November of grass. So I'm pretty sure it's December, January, and February you can't plant grass, but every other month that you can. I guess why not? Yeah, December, January, and February. Those are the only months. So we got some time to plan and figure out what exactly to do with that field. I could do some other type of cash crop, but yeah, I don't really know what. I don't really know. I can't really think of any crop that would legitimately go good with dairy. Yeah. But I'm going to get all these bales cleaned off, and then I'll grab one of our tractors and get this field fertilized and ready to go for the fall. But that's probably going to do it for this episode, I'm thinking. I'll just get this stuff cleaned off, and then, next episode, what we'll do is we'll be taking all the cheese in to sell off. I'll hopefully have an answer with the straw and what's going on with manure. We'll keep going along with plugging the slurry into the production facility and making a little bit extra cash on that end. And I'm still just watching the cattle, kind of slowly selling them off. I'm going to keep doing what I did before, slowly sell them off as they hit maturity level. Kind of when they've just passed, when they hit their almost max value and then they pass that last kind of reproduction point is my plan of selling them and kind of keeping them under control. I got a stockpile. We got to get one more good cut of hay. I think we'll do everything in hay next cut just to make sure we got enough food stocked up for the winter, which I think we will, but I just don't want to run out. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching this episode. I appreciate it like always. Hopefully you guys have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that you're watching this. Like always, thank you to everybody who's hit that sub, hit that like button, who leaves me comments and stuff. I love to try and read them. I try to respond to every single one, so even if I don't respond to you right away, I usually will. I just get behind a little bit every now and then. But again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it like always. Yeah, let's park this away. Like I said, we got a lot of work to do next episode, and it'll either be next episode or the episode after. I kind of want to put down one more production facility for the dairy that I've been thinking about. I kind of saw, and I think it would be a neat idea. And yeah, I don't want to do that just yet. We'll kind of just get everything settled for now, and then yeah, I got kind of an idea for that. So thanks again so much for watching. This is Ultra Farmer. I am out, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye now.